Welcome to Pharmaceutical and Medicinal Chemistry. Module 4 Central Nervous System Drugs. Chapter 4.3 Selective Modifiers of CNS. Selective Modifiers of the CNS. Learning Outcomes. At the end of the chapter, you will be able to comprehend the nature of action of different types of CNS modifier drugs. You will be able to understand the selectivity in their action and enlist their properties, adverse effects and dosage forms of different categories of anticonvulsant, antitussive, antiparkinsonian and neuroleptic drugs. The contents: selective modifiers of CNS, anticonvulsants, antitussives, antiparkinsonian and neuroleptics. Selective modifiers of the CNS include both depressants and stimulants. Selective modifiers of the CNS are categorized into four groups: anticonvulsants, antitussives, antiparkinsonians and neuroleptics. Anticonvulsants are the drugs which are used in the treatment of various types of epilepsy. Epilepsy is a disorder which is marked by the disturbed electrical rhythms in the central nervous system. The symptoms of this disease is lack of consciousness, anxiety, staring, weakness and muscle contraction and jerking. Examples of anticonvulsants are phenytoin, primidone, valproic acid. Phenytoin. Here is the structure of phenytoin. The molecular formula is C15H12N2O2. The chemical name is 5,5-diphenyl imidazolidine 2,4-dione. Properties of phenytoin. It's a white crystalline powder. It does not possess any odor and taste. It is insoluble in cold water, slightly soluble in hot water, and it is sensitive to light. Uses. It is used in the treatment of seizures, epilepsy and cardiac arrhythmia. It means irregular beating of heart. The adverse effects of phenytoin are: it causes headache, feeling drowsy, sleepy or dizzy, or feeling nervous, nausea or vomiting, constipation, sore or swollen gums. The dosage of phenytoin sodium is 50 mg. Next we move on to primidone. The molecular formula is C12H14N2O2. The structure of primidone. The chemical name is 5-ethyl dihydro 5-phenyl 4,6-1H5H primidine dione. Properties of primidone. It's a white crystalline powder. It does not possess any odor. It has a slight bitter taste and it is very slightly soluble in water. Primidone is used to treat seizures in the treatment of epilepsy. The adverse effects of primidone: ataxia, that is lack of coordination, diplopia, double vision, dizziness, vertigo, epigastric pain and megaloblastic anemia, a high anemia, respiratory depression and skin rash. Doses: primidone 0.5 mg. Another anticonvulsant is valproic acid. The molecular formula is C8H16O2. The chemical name of this compound is 2-propyl pentanoic acid. Here is the structure of valproic acid. Properties: it's a clear colorless liquid. It doesn't possess any taste and has a characteristic odor. It is very slightly soluble in water. Uses. It is used in the treatment of seizure disorders, mental mood conditions and epilepsy. The adverse effects that are caused by using valproic acid for a longer time are nausea and vomiting, headache, feeling dizzy, muscle weakness, breathing problems, feeling confused or changes in the normal behavior. The dosage of valproic acid is 0.7 mg. The next category of selective modifiers are antitussives, which are used to suppress coughing and associated respiratory tract disorders. The examples of antitussives are noscapine and dextromethorphan. Noscapine. The molecular formula is C22H23NO7. The structure of noscapine. and the chemical name is 3s67-dimethioxy-3,5-4-methoxy-6-methyl-7,8-dihydro-5H13-dioxylo-4,5-Z isoquinoline 5-il-3H2-benzofuran 1-O. Properties of noscapine. It's a white crystalline solid. It does not possess any odor, very bitter in taste, and it is insoluble in water. Uses. It is used in the treatment of dry cough. Adverse effects of noscapine. It causes nausea and vomiting, lack of coordination, ataxia, hallucinations, auditory and visual, perception, something is being seen, heard, etc. Swelling of the prostate, loss of appetite. Dosage. The dosage of the noscapine tablet is 5 mg. The next antitussive, dextromethorphan. Molecular formula is C18H25NO. The chemical name is 3-methoxy-7-methyl-9-alpha-13-alpha-14-alpha morphine. Properties. It is a white crystalline solid. It is highly bitter in taste. It does not possess any odor. Very slightly soluble in water. Uses of dextromethorphan. It is used to relieve cough due to cold or influenza, but it should not be used for the chronic cough which occurs with smoking, asthma, or where there is an unusually large amount of phlegm or mucus with the cough. Adverse effects that are occurred by using dextromethorphan for a larger days are blurred vision, difficulty in urination, drowsiness or dizziness, nausea or vomiting, shakiness and unsteady walk, slow breathing, unusual excitement, nervousness, restlessness or irritability. The dosage of dextromethorphan is 5 mg. Anti-Parkinsonians is the next category. These are used to treat Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is that the nerve cells gets damaged in the brain, which leads to the decrease in the production of the dopamine, which causes the further symptoms like masked face, reduced arm swing, resting tremor, slightly flexed hip and knees, shuffling short stepped gait, stupid posture, rigidity, flexed eyebrows and wrist. The examples of anti-Parkinsonian drugs are levodopa, carbidopa, amantadine. Levodopa. The molecular formula is C9H11NO4. The chemical name is L34-dihydroxyphenylalanine. Here is the structure of levodopa. The properties are, it's a colorless, odorless, tasteless crystalline powder. It is insoluble in water. The adverse effects that arises by using levodopa for a longer days are dizziness, lightheadedness, nausea and vomiting, loss of appetite, trouble sleeping, unusual dreams or headache. The dosage of levodopa ranges from 2 to 10 mg. The next anti-Parkinsonian drug is the carbidopa. The molecular formula is C10H14N2O4. The chemical name is N-amino-alpha-methyl-3-hydroxy-L-tyrosine monohydrate. Here is the structure of carbidopa. Properties of carbidopa. It's a colorless crystalline solid. It is bitter in taste. It does not possess any odor. Very slightly soluble in water. Adverse effects. The adverse effects that arises by using carbidopa for longer days are dizziness, loss of appetite, diarrhea, dry mouth, mouth and throat pain, constipation, change in the sense of taste, forgetfulness or confusion. The preferred dosage of carbidopa is 2 to 10 mg. The next anti-Parkinsonian drug is the amantadine. The molecular formula is C10H17N. The chemical name is adamantylamine. Properties. It's a white crystalline powder. It does not possess any odor or taste. It is sparingly soluble in water. The adverse effects that arises by using amantadine for longer days are depression, sleeping problems, confusion, constipation, nausea and amnesia, which means memory loss. The dosage of amantadine is 100 milligrams. The next category is the neuroleptics. These are being used to treat and manage symptoms of many psychiatric disorders like hallucinations, delusions, and facilitate social adjustment. The examples of neuroleptics are haloperidol, chlorpromazine. Haloperidol. The structure of haloperidol. The molecular formula is C21H23ClFNO2. The chemical name is 4,4,4-chlorophenyl 4-hydroxypiperidine 1-yle 1-fluorophenyl butane 1-one. Properties. It's a colorless crystalline solid. It does not possess any odor. It has very low solubility in water and it tastes bitter. The adverse effects that arises are feeling dizzy or low blood pressure, constipation, dry mouth, blurred vision, feeling sleepy or drowsy, insomnia. The dosage of haloperidol ranges from 0.5 to 2 mg. Chlorpromazine. The molecular formula is C17H19Cl N2S. The chemical name is 3,2-chloro-10H phenanthazine 10-yle NN-dimethylpropane 1-amine. The structure of chlorpromazine. Properties of chlorpromazine. It's a white crystalline solid which possesses amine order. It is very slightly soluble in water. The adverse effects that arises by using chlorpromazine for a longer days are dizziness, feeling unsteady, blank facial expression, shuffling walk, restlessness, agitation, nervousness, unusual, slowed or uncontrollable movements of any part of the body. The dosage of chlorpromazine is 25 mg. So students, what we have learned from selective modifiers of the CNS. In a nutshell, we have learned the meaning of selective modifiers of the CNS, classification and selective action of various categories of CNS modifier drugs like anticonvulsant, antitussive, antiparkinsonian and neuroleptic drugs, along with their properties, adverse effects and dosage forms. Thank you.